Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Razzle Dazzle Show, my podcast. This episode is really just an organic conversation with me and Jake, so I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching.
Got back all today's Go Fest, Pokemon Go, and then it's all throughout the weekend. But I have work today, so can't do it today. But tomorrow I might go up and see my nephew and play some Pokemon. Hopefully get a Mega Rayquaza.
And then
That
flex on him that you got a better Pokemon than him.
hell yeah, that's what I always do. Is fucking flex on them. Gotta keep them humbled. We traded up all that stuff. I show him the ropes.
Look at my Pokemon better than your Pokemon. Get better.
Yeah, Scrib, get better.
You're like one of
Yeah,
those like old trainers that is no longer in the league anymore and is just like roaming the
yeah,
world.
yeah. I don't understand all these new freaking generations and this glass meta or something. I think the megas are cool. Didn't have them back in my day, but I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah, some of the megas are pretty sick. Some of them look kind of whack though. Like some of the designs are a little wacky.
You got mega, and then you got like I forgot what it was called, but it makes them go crazy.
But we're gonna start actually seeing Starfield gameplay in like 5 days.
Dude, I didn't know it comes out on the 6th.
Well, the game fully releases on the 6th, but if
Mm.
you pre-ordered the premium edition, you get early access starting on the 1st.
Mm.
And I think that's also when the embargo is lifted and people can start uploading content on it.
Mm.
So all the people that got to play it a bit earlier than that, their videos are also going up.
I probably need to get it by then, before the 1st, because Labor Day, Labor Day weekend.
And I don't mind waiting a couple extra days for it to come out. It's only like 5 days early access.
For you, but not for me. Freaking, I gotta, get as much time in as well. But freaking Cyberpunk DLC doesn't come out till like the 26th. Also, AMD announced like these new graphics cards. They're not anything fancy though. It's just mid-range. So you got the 7090 XT, the 7090 RX XT, and then there's like a third one. I forgot what it's called, but they added two more in between the one I forgot and the 7090 XT. So they're really they're like really efficient. They're not the best, but for its price point is like the best bang for your buck.
Banging.
Me personally, I would still want to get the 7090. I'm just hoping it will drop in price now because people want to get the other cards. I figured out a glitch on Cyberpunk where I can get like I can duplicate items and sell them, so I get a lot of money, right? So now I'm just going out here buying all the cars, making sure I got the best equipment for this update. Gotta do it before they patch it.
Yeah, I've just been playing a lot of Skyrim. I think I might play some Oblivion today. I'm getting prepped for a new Bethesda RPG, so I'm playing their other ones.
Yeah, I'm trying now to watch a lot of videos about these games that are coming out because I feel like it'll spoil it for me. So
Yeah, the only stuff I've watched on Starfield is only gameplay related stuff and like how the perk systems work. And that's it. I do know that the fucking stalker fan character from Oblivion is in the game. They brought him
mm,
back, and he looks the same too, with the same like pointy blonde hair.
what I'm really expecting from that game is that I get lost into it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
like I'm supposed to be doing this one quest, but I see something cool and I go do that, and then it's a domino effect. The next thing you know, I'm like, wait, what was I even supposed to do again?
Well, that's what the Bethesda RPGs do so well, is that sense of exploration and like
Yeah,
getting
Fallout
lost in the
4
world.
really set it in stone for me.
Cause I remember the first time, like as a kid, playing like Fallout 3 and like stepping out of the vault for the first time and just seeing how open everything was and being like, yeah, I'm supposed to go find my daddy, but Megaton has a bomb in it and I want to poke it.
Yeah. People that saying that they're expecting no bugs need to touch grass. There's always gonna be bugs.
I think people like, I think it's because stuff like Skyrim was so big and such a big hitter that people forget, like, but all Bethesda games are kind of janky and buggy. It's kind of like Like they have
It has its
certain
own
quirks.
charm, if that makes
Like
sense. Some of them is good.
yeah, if you like boot up like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, like the movement in those games is very janky. Like there's some buggy stuff here and there, but it's still a solid game. And like Skyrim, like you have the jumping in Skyrim where you can literally scale every mountain if you're persistent enough. And you can't like jump while sprinting, and there's certain things that are pretty dated now, especially with like the werewolf movement. Like they're janky, but they're good. The bones are good.
I'm
Fallout
gonna.
4 was like Fallout 4 like really dropped the ball on a lot of stuff, but I will say the gameplay and movement was is the best we've
I
ever had.
love.
The
I
movement
love
and
the
gunplay,
combat.
yeah.
Yes, that settlement building. I'm expecting those in Starfield.
Yeah,
So like
I think
more in depth.
yeah, they're gonna take the with the settlement. I think they're gonna take a lot of the mechanics from the settlement building, and I think a lot of that's gonna be implemented into the ship building as well, like the customization, because
Hell
you can
yeah.
fully build your own ships, which is really cool.
I don't know what they mean by fully build. I haven't seen anything about that.
I saw in the early gameplay they showed a couple ship designs that were pretty cool, of builds that people did. Because it's like it's all like
Is it
part,
like?
it's individual part based. So like you put like your individual thrusters on, you got your cockpits, you got your
Can you
yeah.
customize it? Like change the color scheme and like
I would
the
assume
shape
so.
of it?
I think yeah. Cause yeah, there was one I can't remember what it was, but it was like a character from a different thing that they modeled the ship after. It was pretty cool. And there was like a huge like mech ship, like someone just built a mech, but it was a ship.
Yeah, the ships I like to have is like one that's like big and has a bunch of guns and all that stuff, heavy freight fucker, and one that's like a really cool, small, fast ship. I like to have like one of those.
One of the most recent things I've heard about is that you can be a smuggler in the game, which I'm super excited about because I want
And do
to.
human sex trafficking.
No, but I just want to do
Yeah.
smuggling throughout the galaxy. I got, I want to go to different planets, smuggling different cargoes. It'd be so cool. That's the kind of stuff I want from a Star Wars game, is to be able to be like a smuggler, like go to the
I
different
just,
planets.
I just want to like freaking have a manufacturing
Mm.
thing.
And recently they've been talking about how there's like a full on new game plus system,
What does that mean?
which is pretty which is new game plus is not an unheard of concept. Cyberpunk has new game plus,
What is that?
where you restart the game over with the same character and same stats as you ended with. So
Oh,
so you go back in with the same character. And Bethesda games have never had that really. Like the first new game plus we got was Fallout 3 with the Brotherhood of Steel DLC, which wasn't technically new game plus, it just continued the game after the main story. So that's pretty exciting because they said they have systems in new game plus that incentivize replaying the game over again, which is always cool because usually new game plus stuff allows you to get more levels, get more XP, experience different stuff, try to play the game through differently but with better stats. A lot of replay value, but we'll have to see how it works. And I'm glad it's going to be in there on launch because I hate whenever games are like, oh, we're going to add new game plus, but like 3 months later. It's like, I want to play through my new character now. I don't want to come back in 3 months to replay my old character. I want to replay
yeah.
it now when the hype is still juicy and fresh.
I don't get how Fallout 4 still can't run on my PC. It doesn't run well,
It's
apparently.
because the Fallout 4 engine is old as fuck. I'm glad they're on a new engine now.
Really?
The Fallout 4 engine is the same engine in Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
But, well, yeah, but I'm just thinking, like, why doesn't it run good on high-end hardware?
Because when you try to keep using the same engine like that and keep advancing it, you end up running like spaghetti noodle fucking coding. And like you add one thing and it changes like 17 other things and breaks three things.
But it runs good on console.
Well, yeah, because it's made to run good on console hardware. It's made to run at a standard like thing on consoles.
Hmm.
PC you have different factors. You have different
Yeah.
manufacturers, different chipsets, different hardware.
Oh, so it's not optimized. Yeah.
No,
Pain.
it is 100 times easier to optimize a game for console than it is for PC because
Yeah.
it's always the same tech on console.
I think the most optimized graphics card out there was from like 10 years ago. People are still using them to this day. It was like, I don't know, GTX 1060 or something. Some, it's old. Let me tell you what. It cannot run the highest games, but it can damn well run games, any games really, on low settings.
Man, I tell you what, bro, gamers finna be eating good, bro. We got the Cyberpunk update and DLC coming out. That looks pretty promising. We got Starfield. All the fighting game people right now are eating good. You got Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Fucking Spider-Man's coming out. Gamers are eating good right now, Jake. We eating good. All gamers from all different aspects have gotten something good to look forward to right now and play, and it's awesome. And fucking with Baldur's Gate 3 coming out, it's probably one of the best RPGs in the last decade to come out. Like probably since like Witcher 3. And I'm super excited about this. There's going to be no voiced protagonist in Starfield. So your character that you play is not voiced, which I'm so happy about.
I don't know. I like the
No,
voice.
no. Okay, I'm going to break it down for you, all right? No voice is better in Bethesda RPGs because you can actually put yourself in the character. And also doing voice, you have much less dialogue because you have to record every bit of dialogue. So which costs money, which means less dialogue overall, which means less choice for the player.
Use AI.
No, Jake, that's lazy. That's what people don't want.
Why? Dude, do you know how good AI is though? You can't
No,
even
bro.
tell.
AI doesn't even know what it's writing. AI is just predicting the next word in its sentence. It doesn't know how the sentence is gonna end.
I'm not
ChatGPT
saying
is just
use.
predicting.
Yeah, and it predicts really well. But it's not. I'm not saying make dialogue. Just use the voices.
No,
Yeah.
no, but that's not what players want, Jake. Universally, everybody is happy that there's no voice. People hated the voice protagonist in Fallout 4 because it limited the player choice and it made all the dialogue super lame.
I don't know, man. It just takes so long to read.
No, it doesn't. You don't even need to, bro. That's
It takes so long.
RPGs, bro.
It should be optional to have voice or not.
No, it should not. Bethesda RPGs are better without a voice. All right. In Fallout 4, you literally had 4 options, and they all boil down to yes, no, maybe, and wacky. Those are your
Yeah.
options.
So you
Which
give
is
them more options
no,
and then use
no,
AI voice.
no.
Give
In
it.
in the voice list, like Fallout New Vegas, for example, you could have one conversation that has like 17 different options for you to speak. That's player choice, Jake. That's variety. That's content. Right? In Fallout 4, like 2 hours in, I was already tired of the dialogue system and I just was skipping through, just picking random options because it's boring and there's no real context to what the character's saying. It just boils down to basic statements and basic responses. But it has to be like that because in order to have more dialogue, it costs more money. You have to write more dialogue for the character to say.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. You make the dialogue and then you use software to voice it over. You're not hiring
no,
a person.
no, nobody wants AI voice characters, Jake.
A lot of people love AI voice characters. What are you talking about?
Nobody wants that in a fucking Bethesda game, bro. People want
Maybe
voiceless. Look at all of the reception right now from the fact that this news is out. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is universally excited about the fact that there's no voice protagonist. Because that's not what Fallout. That's not Fallout, but that's not what Bethesda RPGs are about. That's not what there's not supposed to be a voice protagonist, and everybody universally hated the Fallout 4 protagonist and his voice. They wanted a
I don't
voiceless
know. I love
protagonist.
it.
Yeah, but you also like Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, so I can't trust your opinion on that.
What do you mean? I'm just a rare breed.
No, you just eat whatever dog shit that Bethesda throws at you.
Hey, it's good quality.
It's not good quality, Jake. You are probably the only person on the planet that enjoys 76 when everybody universally hated that game.
Too bad they can't have fun like I can.
No, you just wanted to have fun because you already paid your money, so you didn't want to feel like you wasted your money. That's the truth here. You need to
No, I really
dissect the
had
truth.
fun. I really had fun.
You're lying to yourself.
Mm-mm. I had a great time. Freaking, I was using all these glitch and exploits, so I had like 800 power armor cells. Those cores. I was running around with my cool XO1. Hell yeah.
No, Fallout 76 was horrendous. Nothing excuses that kind of launch for a video game. Nothing. And launching like that means that you'll never get my good graces because it doesn't matter how much you fix it. People paid for it on launch, and half of those players are not going to play it again. So you basically just took their money for a faulty product.
Like every company.
No, Fallout 76 was borderline unplayable, which is illegal it's illegal to sell people a faulty product and then not refund them, which they didn't do.
Cyberpunk. Oh wait, Cyberpunk did refund, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bethesda was trying to not refund people. Eventually, they started getting refunds out, but at first they were refusing refunds, which is illegal when you release a faulty product. You are
Well,
legally obligated to refund if the product that they purchase is faulty and does not properly function.
well, it's video games, so
It's still a product, Jake.
not to the government's eyes. Besides, they also yeah, they eventually gave out refunds. So same with Cyberpunk. At first, it didn't on launch. No, but after a while, they did.
No, Cyberpunk was very quick to refund.
Oh,
But
well, it
but
doesn't matter how quick. As long as they do it, then it's
but
all
no,
key
but no,
dokie.
Bethesda also had that actual lawsuit with the nylon bag that wasn't actually made of the product that it was made of. And it was literally fake advertising and people
Because
bought a different product.
that's a physical product.
And their only excuse for it was fucking we ran out of the product so we used a different one. We don't plan on doing anything about it. No refund. That was the actual customer service response. We don't plan on doing anything about it. I followed all the 76 drama. You were over here living in La La Land,
I
trying
was
to
living the best life,
trying to
dude.
force yourself to enjoy the game.
You were, nah, man. I'm telling you, it was 100% enjoyable.
You
There was
forced
so
yourself
much
to enjoy
things to do for me. Like I didn't care if the game lagged. It was that much fun.
it. Yeah, I still don't believe it. I don't
I
trust
thought
you,
it was really interesting that they had no NPCs.
bruh. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you're actually just a bot, Jake. You're not real. You're a
Nah,
fucking
dude.
bot.
I thought it was really interesting at first.
No, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you,
That's
man.
literally one of the biggest criticisms of the game, bro. Is that there's no. It's a fucking RPG. There's supposed to be every online RPG has NPCs.
Well, maybe they don't want to play by the rules.
Oh
They
my,
want to do something
bro,
different for
you're literally
once.
just making excuses for shitty game design, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. It was so much fun.
Keep lying to yourself, Jake. It's okay. One day you'll
I'm
get
not
over the
lying,
cope.
dude.
One day you'll get over the
Hell,
cope.
in my opinion, I really think that when it came out, it ran a lot better. But all of these updates now, my freaking game can't run it. My system can't run it anymore, so I stopped playing. Freaking Josh plays it all the
Yeah, because
time.
all Josh has is a shitty Xbox.
It
the
runs a
same
lot
the
better.
same Xbox he's had since 2015. I don't know how it ran at all. The two times I played 76 were on my PlayStation 5 and on PC through a free trial because they did like a free weekend at one point. And on both systems, I was averaging under 30 FPS. But my FPS was better when I looked straight at the ground because your FPS is tied to fucking some
Yeah,
other stupid ass fucking thing in the game. It's
thanks
fucking
to the
dumb.
network.
It's spaghetti coding and they put one thing in and the other three other things break and then they try to fix those three things and then that causes 17 other things to break.
Yeah, but that's why it doesn't run on my PC. But on launch,
No,
it was great.
it's it's poor management and lazy game design because they reused a million different assets. They reused the same game engine and they also rushed production to get it out so that it can make more money. It's a perfect example of half-assed money cash in. Like it's a cash grab because they took the hype from Fallout 4, like Fallout 4, but online, and they cashed in on the gullible fans.
Yeah, you still support this company by getting Starfield.
Yeah, because I have hope in Starfield. I feel like Starfield is going to be Bethesda's redemption back on making actual good RPGs like they used to. Fallout 76 was a shit show, but Bethesda still makes good RPGs, bro.
Even though that they would try to steal all your money.
Yeah, Fallout 76 was a crazy shit show, but I'm paying base price for a game. If it doesn't end up being good, I'm gonna share my opinion on that. This is a completely brand new IP. I have no reason to automatically hate this. This isn't another Fallout. It isn't another Elder Scrolls. This is a completely blank slate for them to redeem themselves with. It's an opportunity for them to show that they can still make good games. Fallout 76 was ready to fail from the start because they tried to shove a single player game model into an online experience, which never works, ever. Single player games and multiplayer games are way too different. You can't shove the two together. It'll never work.
Yeah, they could have done it. They just needed more time and
No,
more
they should have done what they did with Elder Scrolls Online and actually go full balls to the wall online instead of half-assing it.
yeah, they should not half-ass it.
Right? Because Elder Scrolls Online has the same bullshit like subscription based MMO model, but it's a good game and there's a lot of content in it. And you don't have to pay the subscription; you can pay fully free to play. Plus, the game's like super cheap now. It's like $5 to get the game, and then you can play a shit ton of content without paying the subscription, which is how MMOs should be. MMOs should be free to play and pay optional.
Freaking only cosmetics.
Now, if it's free to play, then I'm fully behind a monthly subscription system if the content in that subscription system is worth the monthly purchasing. Because at the end of the day, when it's free to play, you need to have income somehow to keep developing and updating. That's just the reality. No, not you can't 100% make all your money back on cosmetics. Look at failed ones like Fall Guys. Fall Guys completely flopped. Yeah. That game's dead. There's probably a small hardcore player base left on it, but you hear anybody talking about Fall Guys anymore? It's all about Stumble Guys, man.
Games at all.
It's all about Stumble Guys.
I'm not constantly glued to the games 24/7.
Okay, you don't have to be to read gaming news. I get nothing but gaming news on my Twitter feed because I follow people like Mudahar, Charlie, a bunch of different content creators. Like what do you mean? You don't have to be glued to games to learn gaming news, Jake. Like what?
That's what it sounds like. You constantly have to be on the pulse.
What do you mean? I just keep up with the current news. It's like keeping up with any other media, bro. I just keep up with what's current. What do you want about? I'm literally a content creator. I have to keep up with what's current.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just your average Joe Smo who just want to play the 4-hour best quality games. To me, I don't think it's that deep.
What do you mean? It's no different than being super hardcore about any other industry. It's literally no different, Jake. It would be the same thing if I was constantly talking about and disagreeing and discussing like car stuff in the car industry. Different industry, same concept.
Oh god, freaking!
It's the same thing, bro.
I don't even get into the car industry like that anymore. It's so toxic. Probably just as toxic as gaming.
No, gaming's nowhere near as toxic as it used to be.
Gosh.
Alright, this ain't the 360 era with fucking racial slurs and shit all over the internet, fucking being thrown back and forth in game chats. Alright, I've heard words that I never heard before and still haven't heard again to this day in those Xbox 360 live chats, bro. I don't know what it. Maybe it was just the fact that it was anonymous voice chat that made people so toxic back then.
It wasn't really anonymous.
Yeah, it was. The only thing the only thing you had tied to you was a gamer tag. Unless people are like super hardcore, like hacker, want to take your IP, no one's gonna find out who you are through a gamer tag.
That's what I'm saying. They can just find your IP and DDoS you and all that.
My dad works at Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great time to be a gamer because half the games that are coming out, I don't even plan on playing. I'm just happy to see them because I love seeing good quality products for people that want to play them.
Maybe for PC gaming, but where's the PS5 gaming?
Spider-Man, and there's another game that's also coming out.
Spider-Man
is literally going to be one of the biggest games of the year, dude.
What if I don't like Spider-Man?
Well, you don't have a PlayStation. You won't be able to play it. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
But like, he's just Spider-Man. That's it. That's
yeah. But Spider-Man PS4 was literally one of the biggest games of the PS4 generation. Like what? Just because you haven't played it doesn't mean it's not good, Jake. Like I said, a lot of the games that I've seen coming out look amazing. But like Armored Core, for example, I think that game looks fantastic. But I don't ever plan on playing it because mech games aren't for me. You don't have to be into the certain game to be happy that it's good.
Yeah, that Armored Core game does look cool, but it's just one of those games that I just have to get on sale and find time for.
Well, I don't plan on ever playing it because it's a mech game. And from what I watched Charlie play it a little bit, and it looks like it's a top of the line in its genre, but it's not my kind of game. I don't ever plan on playing it, but I'm happy that it's good. You don't have to be into it to think that it's good, you know? It's not a requirement. I think it's a pretty closed off and ignorant mindset to only talk about and have an opinion on games that you actually play. You know, like for the fighting games, for example, I'm only interested in Mortal Kombat, but I think it's awesome that Street Fighter 6 and Tekken, it looks so fucking good. Because they do look incredible.
I mean, I can't get into those games.
But see, Mortal Kombat, I've been playing Mortal Kombat since like fucking... I've been playing it hardcore since the MK9 on 360. So like almost a decade now I've been playing that series. I'm not going to get it when it comes out though, because I'm going to be playing Starfield.
Starfield, baby.
And I'll probably jump to Baldur's Gate 3 after I'm done with Starfield. And then you have the fucking new Call of Duty at the end of this year coming out. I hope that flops.
Ah,
I hope that flops so bad, bro.
God. Jesus. Like, they added Nicki Minaj. Was like, well, I can't. When Warzone 3 comes out, I'm not gonna be able to transfer it.
Exactly.
So stupid. Fuck. Why can't they have that plus shit that you were talking about?
And in my opinion, they should like they're not going to because Activision wants to make the most money possible. But if they wanted to make a consumer friendly product, they would have never made a Warzone 2. They would have transferred all people's cosmetics over, and then made it like a single platform, like what Warzone was for like what 4 years. It was a single platform until Warzone 2 came out. Like through every new Call of Duty that came out, they just added that content into Warzone. And then the second Modern Warfare comes out and they reboot the whole thing. Arguably worse because DMZ was very promising. It sounded very promising at first and turned out to be nothing like I thought it would be. And it was very, very, very like surface level, like basic. Like there's nothing to really grind for other than some like cosmetic stuff. There's no real story in it. And the fucking raid shit that they came out with, you had to buy the actual game itself. That wasn't part of the free to play. Would have been cool if that was part of DMZ. Yeah, because remember, looking back when we were playing DMZ, which was very short lived. Fucking they announced that they were coming in with like some new like raid missions and like multiplayer missions, but that was all part of the regular game, not part of DMZ. Very disappointing. I don't think DMZ has changed much either since we last played. And it's been like a year and a half, 2 years now.
Gosh, yeah, it was short lived. The only Call of Duty game I would really play is either the old ones or Cold War.
I still boot up Black Ops 3 every now and then for zombies. The Black Ops 3 has the best zombies. And with the custom zombies, like I could leave the game for like 6 months, come back, and there's like 3 super high quality custom maps with full on Easter eggs and new guns and scripted characters. All for free. All for the low price of $3.99.
That Warframe though, $3.99.
Yeah, Warframe's cool, but I don't see myself putting a lot of hours into it though. I'm just not an MMO player anymore, bro. I spent like hundreds of hours through my child years playing WoW. I don't want to spend that amount of time in an MMO again.
I'm playing it on the occasions.
There's too many other things that I want to do. Besides, with Starfield coming out and me waiting to play Baldur's Gate 3 as well, like there's those 2 games are gonna take up too much of my time to be able to play Warframe and actually enjoy it. I'm only gonna have time for those 2. Plus, I plan on streaming every minute of my Starfield playthrough.
Starfield. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna watch that. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of people because when you stream it, you have all those people like okay, how do I explain this? So 76 was a big flop, so you have a lot of the people like, oh, Bethesda could never again, this, this. I hate Bethesda. Starfield comes out. So like, I don't know if I should trust them. So they don't buy the game, but they start watching the streams. They're gonna watch your streams. It's up to you to be honest and truthful on your words, so that they can determine, Starfield's good. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm excited, bro. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait.
Can't wait, guys.
People thinking that Starfield is just gonna be a instant flop is also ignorant though, because I feel like those people are probably just ignoring the gameplay videos that we've seen and the full deep dives. Because I've watched a lot of that shit. And
they can have the opinion of thinking it's gonna flop, but they can't really
but
say anything about it until the game actually comes out.
But making a hardcore like opinion on that without even watching anything of it is kind of sus to me, because you don't even care how it ends up being. You just want it to fail. You don't think it's gonna fail. You want it to fail. That's what it feels like for a lot of people. Just because they're still upset at Bethesda.
Well, they have every right to be upset.
Yeah, but I think you should still give this brand new IP a clean slate. Like, you shouldn't just go in expecting it to be terrible. You should go in with an open mind. You shouldn't think it's going to be great or bad. You should just go in neutral because it's a brand new IP.
It's not the game, it's the company.
Yeah, still.
The company.
Like, if it was another Fallout game, then I would fully understand the entire internet being very skeptical of it. But this is a brand new IP and it looks good. You can't deny that it looks good. You watch
I don't know.
10 minutes of the direct or the gameplay. The game looks fucking good.
I don't know if it looks good, but I think the art scheme,
Well,
mastercore.
I'm not just talking about how the graphics look. I mean just in general, like the gameplay, everything. The game looks good.
Oh,
If I say it looks good, I'm not specifically just talking about the graphics, never. Because graphics don't mean shit if the game's terrible. And I stand by that statement until I'm in my grave.
which is tomorrow.
But I think you just gotta go based on what's actually there. Because a lot of people, like, regardless of the game, will just hate it without even seeing any of it or ever planning on playing it or looking at it.
Well,
They just want it to fail. And you can't deny that there's people like that on the internet, Jake. Because it's all over
you
the
can't get
place.
mad at people who
I'm not.
thinks it's gonna be good or
Well,
bad,
who said I'm getting mad? I'm just making observations.
but they never seen anything about it because they don't want to spoil it for them. All right, so when they say like, yeah, I think this game's gonna be good, or yeah, I think this game's gonna be bad, and you tell them, well, have you seen any content about it? They're gonna say like, no. Then
And then watch
you,
content and then make a new opinion.
but they can't. They don't want to because freaking they don't want to spoil it. They're gonna get the game
But
regardless. They're getting the game regardless. They just want to go in there, like you said, it's fresh, it's a new IP, so they
okay,
want to
well,
get in there.
hold on. If how are they going into the game thinking it's gonna be terrible, but still wanting to get it regardless? Like what? That makes no sense.
Because they want to be proven wrong.
It literally makes no sense. That you go in wanting to hit it and still. I guess people do that. It just doesn't make any sense. It seems like just a strange mindset.
Or they will just wait until the game's out and then they will start watching streams.
I think Starfield is gonna go crazy. Though it does have a harder time now after Baldur's Gate 3's release.
I doubt it.
No, because it's an RPG, Jake. Whether you like it or not, Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield are competing because they're both in the same genre. And there's a lot of people that only buy 1 or 2 video games a year, and for RPG players, that's Baldur's Gate and Starfield. Like, you gotta understand the market. But Baldur's Gate 3 coming out so soon before Starfield is gonna heavily affect Starfield's reception and how people view it, because they're gonna compare it.
Nah, Elden Ring.
Bro, Elden Ring is literally like 2 years old at this point.
Really?
Yes, it came out 2020.
I
It's
thought it came out,
almost
like,
3 years.
last year.
No, it came out 2020. There's literally like there's hints around the internet talking about an Elden Ring 2 right now. Like Elden Ring's been out for a bit, bro.
I don't keep up with the current market like that. Unless it's the games that I really like. Game of the
Or
year.
maybe it was 2021, but it was still at least 2 years ago. No, never mind. It was 2022, so it was last year. I thought it came out a year before that.
Aha!
I thought it came out a year before that. Maybe it just feels like Elden Ring's always been here because it's that good. It feels like it's always been around. I could have actually no, that doesn't make sense now because yeah, 2020 was all about Warzone in 2020 because it was quarantine. Everybody was playing like Fortnite and Warzone at that time.
No, everyone was playing Among Us.
No, during the majority of 2020, everybody was playing Warzone and Fortnite. The Among Us hype only lasted for like 4 or 5 months, dude, and then it died down.
Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal.
Yeah, but you realize that's a much smaller percentage of players playing stuff like Animal Crossing. And Doom Eternal is a single player game, so once people beat it, unless you're hardcore, you're not playing it again. So majority of playtime was Warzone and Fortnite. You gotta remember.
Pan Am sent me nudes. Oh my
Oh,
god,
you horny
what?
fuck. Yeah,
No, she sent me a text message and she's naked.
oh my god.
Ah!
You gotta remember that regardless of whether or not a single player game is good, there's still gonna be more hours of playtime in online games, regardless, because they're online. So there's a reason to keep coming back to it. Unless you really like a single player game, realistically, most players are only gonna play through it once, and that's because you finished it. Like unless you like the game and want to play it again, there's no real incentive or reason to play through it again. You know, RPGs, there's a reason because there's different builds, there's different choices, there's different endings. But like in something like Doom, that's a one like beginning to end experience. There's no alternate endings, there's no alternate pathways. It's a beginning to end experience. And I 100% in Doom 2016 and Eternal. So there's no actual reason for me to go back to them. Ever. Even though they're fantastic games.
I don't don't know. People like to play it again because they like killing things.
Well,
That's how it is.
I just made that point, Jake. If somebody wants to play it again, they're going to. But on average, most players are only going to play it once. It's just statistics. You can't take the minority and use that as the definition, because the fact of the matter is it's the minority that plays games again. The majority is playing online games. But that also doesn't make single player games bad just because less people are playing them overall. And I think that's actually starting to change because Baldur's Gate 3 has a crazy number of players playing it. Not concurrently, but it almost peaked at 1 million, which is pretty crazy for a single player game.
Yeah, all that dialogue is a lot to read. Wish
And
they had it
that
voiced over.
that's literally the bro. What do you mean a lot to read? You literally have voiced characters in Baldur's Gate 3. What do you
There's
mean?
voice characters? Finally.
Yeah, bro. What do you mean, bro? You're that's literally just your fucking 21st century TikTok brain that needs to have 13 different Subway Surfer gameplays going at the same time.
No, I
You
just hate
can't
reading.
you can't sit down and focus.
I just hate reading.
Well, then it's probably not for you. It's that simple. If you don't like sitting down and getting invested in a story and reading it, then the game's not for you. That's that simple.
I do like getting invested. I just wish it was read over to me.
That's just laziness. That's just the modern day laziness that wants everything spoon fed to you.
Spoon fed.
Yeah, instead of reading it yourself, you want someone else to read it for you. That's
Yeah, 'cause
laziness.
it's more immersive.
No,
Some
it's not.
people like think. What do you mean, bro? Back in the
Bro.
elementary schools, you had the option to read it over yourself or have someone read it for you. Some people will understand words a lot better if it's read towards them.
I never had that. I never had that option.
Oh yeah, you aren't part of the Mac kids, special eds.
I probably should have been, to be honest. So the last RPG to actually do an RPG good and have a voiced character was The Witcher 3. Because even though it was a voiced character and already an established character, they wrote it in a way and had enough options to make it feel like you were the character. That's the whole point of an RPG, is to make you feel like you're in the world, not to
But
just
what
be
if I want to
not
feel like Morgan Freeman?
it's not to just it's like if you just want to like sit there and just let them read the dialogue to you, that's then just go watch a movie. Like if you don't want to feel like you're a part of the universe, why are you playing the game? That's the whole point of an RPG in my opinion.
Nah, I want to be like Morgan Freeman and freaking kill people and stuff like that. So in these new RPGs, they should have an option where you can upload an AI and you can choose what voice you want. So I would choose like Morgan Freeman, and Morgan Freeman will just read over the dialogue for me.
Okay, bro, the people will probably mod that in, but saying the game developer should put that in as a feature takes away precious game time and precious development time from stuff that's actually needed and required.
How would they? You can't mod that in.
Bro, yes you can. Skyrim literally has AI NPCs, like AI companion mods right now. Have you not seen all that content?
No,
Uh,
because like I said,
Recent,
I don't look at all
well,
that kind of
I
stuff.
don't search it up. Recently in my feed, like Skyrim AI videos have been popping up in my feed recently because it's like a brand new mod that came out where they use ChatGPT in the game, and like the AI companion actually will insult you and shit. It's like this is not something that's hard to do. People can mod it in, Jake. This AI stuff is still new, so the fact that it's not in games makes sense because it's still new.
That's new, but it's really good though.
No, it's not.
Have you not seen like the AI voices out there? Freaking uh Trump,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
motherfucking oh,
I've seen the Trump, Biden, fucking Obama playing games videos, but that's about it. I don't seek out that content.
what's another good one? Obi-Wan Kenobi. They like 100% perfected his voice. All sorts of stuff. Morgan Freeman. Freaking they got Plankton singing all like the popular songs.
Okay, but I don't listen to AI music.
So good. Freaking they got Drake making songs with AI. Crazy.
Yeah, but there's no feeling in the music. I listen to music for a feeling, Jake. I don't listen to it just because the lyrics are catchy. I listen to it for a feeling. If it has no feeling, then I don't like it. It's that simple. I don't just mindlessly listen to music.
It helps.
I've never been able to mindlessly listen to music. I can't even listen to music while I'm doing other things because I get that invested in my music. Like I have to. It's a full experience. Music is the only other thing I'm probably more passionate about than video games, to be honest. I love music a lot, and I think the AI music is only bad for the industry. And if actual record companies start getting their hands on AI, I guarantee you there's gonna be a massive artist strike throughout the whole industry, just like the acting industry. Now AI music doing like covers of already written songs, that's okay, but trying to like make like full songs using somebody else's likeness is, I don't like that.
Thing
Cuz
is,
it
it's probably already been done. You haven't even felt it yet.
Yeah, but in my opinion, it's disrespectful to the artist cuz you're putting words in their mouth that they probably would have never said on a song. It's
You
disrespectful to
know,
the artist.
well, how could you tell nowadays? You can never tell.
Bro, bro, it doesn't matter. Like, you're still putting words in somebody's mouth, and if they're not alive, like say it's like a Michael Jackson song, that's even more disrespectful because they're not even here to defend it. They're not even here to defend themselves. It's just disrespectful. I don't care how you view it. It's disrespectful. All right, because at the end of the day, like, these aren't just like things that just make music. These are human beings making music, and a lot of times putting their actual heart and soul into this shit. So it's disrespectful to me that someone can be like, "Oh, I don't want to listen to this new album where he literally spent years writing, and he this is like his biggest record. It's so emotional, and he's like taking all his trauma and putting it on the track. But this new AI version, that shit bumping. I want to listen to that." Like, it's taking listeners away from the actual shit that matters.
Whatever makes the money.
For 90% of people making music, it's not even about the money, Jake. They just make the music because they want to. All right, a musician being super rich is 9 times out of 10 just a byproduct of them making stuff that they want to make, and it ends up turning into a big thing.
It's always the old stuff that's really good because it talks about their struggles and they know like if this doesn't pop off, then they're done for. They're dead, homeless. So they put
Yeah,
everything
well,
into it, and then their new album is not as good
that's
because
not
they have
that's not
everything.
that's not really all the time true. For a lot
Oh
of,
yeah, but
I'd
the
say
fact that
for a good
it
amount of
happened,
artists, it does happen like that, but that's not 100% true. Cause like look at people like Drake. Drake's been making music since like 2008, and his shit is still good. Like, he still knows how to make like catchy songs that people like listening to. And honestly, in a lot of people's opinions, some of Drake's newer stuff within the last 5 years is better than a lot of his shit that he's
I
ever released.
disagree.
Well, have you listened to his newer stuff?
Yeah, this whole thing with 21, it's not that good.
Well, you talking about just the 21? You talking about that song?
That's one
Yeah,
of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about that song. I'm not a big fan of that song. But like the fucking let me pull up Drake. I don't know what has he recently dropped, because I don't listen to Drake
Hit.
hardcore, but I usually listen to anything that he drops.
I used to listen to him hardcore back in the day. His shit was so good.
Yeah, like fucking Nothing Was the Same era Drake. That's a pretty banging era. But like, yeah, like Certified Lover Boy. That was a good album. Way Too Sexy. That's a banger. 7 a.m. on Bridal Path. That's also a banger. It's a much more lyric focused one. Fucking Knife Talk is good. No Friends in the Industry is my favorite. It's a good album. Her Loss. Isn't that his most recent? Her Loss.
Thank Me Later, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. If you're reading this, it's too late. What a Time to Be Alive. Those are the good ones.
No, but his most recent album, Her Loss, like Jumbotron shit poppin', banger. More M's, banger. Back Outside Boys, banger. That even has Yachty on it.
I didn't like those.
Maybe that's just a sign you're getting old, Jake.
I am old.
No, we're literally the same age, bro. We're not
Old.
old. We're not old. We're literally the same age. Calm down, bro. If anything, Josh is old. He's older than all of us. Josh is gonna hit 30 first. Josh is the old one.
Nah, I just have that old mentality. I drive old cars. I own house, taxes, this and that.
Yeah, but driving an old car doesn't
I
give
have
you
a
the
house
old
that's just as
mentality though.
old.
You know, because my
Style.
favorite cars, none of them are from the 2000s and up. That doesn't make me an old soul just because I like older car designs.
Oh, you like them, but do you drive them?
If I
When you
could get
drive
my
them, it's
hands
all
on them, yeah. The ones that I like, you either have to build them yourself because there's no way to actually get your hands on one, or they're too expensive. Fuck you mean?
man.
If I had one, I would be driving it, bro.
5 grand ain't that expensive
No,
for it.
like no, the Firebird that I want, it's literally like the only fully built one I found was like 12 grand. Otherwise, I'd have to get the parts myself and assemble it myself.
Yeah, do it.
No, bro, bro, 12 grand is a serious amount of money, bro.
I don't know. I paid 9 grand.
Yeah, 9 grand is still a lot of money.
In the car market? No, it's not.
Bro, for you maybe it's not, but I don't
No,
own a house.
for for
I'm
for
not as set up in life as you are, Jake. You have to remember
for
that.
the majority of people, 9 grand isn't a lot for a car.
Well, for me it is.
That's just how the car market is nowadays. Like
Mm.
people think back in the day, $500 that can get you a running car. Nowadays, it's like 4 grand just to get you a running one. Anything higher than that,
Okay, Jake, but I probably don't even have 9 grand in my bank account. You don't
bank it.
you don't realize, bro. Like you're way like compared to all of us in the group, you are the most well off out of all of us.
Let's struggle every day.
Like you're the only one that actually owns a house.
Struggling. It's a lot of work. It's a trade-off of anything.
You know, me, I'm just struggling to get my content creation off the ground so I can actually make decent money. You know, I'm currently sacrificing not really making any money so I can put more time into the content creation because that's what I actually want to do as a career. So I'm trying to put as much effort as I can into it while I can. But I still need to listen to Post Malone's new album. I still haven't listened to. I've heard Chemical and like one other song, and those are pretty poppin'.
One
Compare,
time I had to work like 16 hours, so I just listened to all Post Malone songs. All of it.
I don't know. I've listened to bits and pieces of his latest album, but I don't think I'm gonna be that into it compared to his last album. A couple of songs I like. They're like Chemical. I really like. It's a pretty bopping song. This album is way more upbeat. Like all the songs kind of sound the same because they all have that same upbeat background, which is just not my kind of music. His last album was incredible though. His last album was like much more deep and emotional. I think because he kind of delved a bit more into his like his alcoholism in the last album. Though now, from what I've seen, bro, Post Malone is healthier than ever, which is so cool to see. Like
Smoking cigarettes.
he lost a shit ton of weight. Yeah, just because he still smokes cigarettes doesn't mean he's not healthy, bro.
What?
You can smoke cigarettes your entire life and never get cancer. Smoking cigarettes doesn't automatically make you unhealthy.
Yeah, it does. You're putting
No.
tar in your lungs. That's not healthy.
Okay, but it doesn't automatically make your health like bad. You can still be fit. Like look at Andrew Tate. Man literally has 6 packs and he huffs cigars every day. Just because you smoke tobacco doesn't make you automatically unhealthy.
He's not healthy. It's just defined. It's just what you see a definition as healthy.
No, well, I mean, yeah, being defined doesn't necessarily translate to healthy. You're right, but you don't. Do you realize how difficult it is to maintain that kind of physique? That's an everyday process to maintain that kind of
For
physique.
him, it's easy. He has a whole team and everything.
Okay, but it's still not easy. That's still constant like hard work and constant working out
It's a
to
lot
maintain that kind
easier
of body.
than the average Joe.
No, just because he has the resources doesn't mean it's easier. That you still have to put just as much time in. The resources may be easier to get your hands on, but
Nah, he's
the
putting
time
in
is
like
still the
half the
same.
time, if anything. Because he has like all these equipments, the supplements, food, this, that, and this. I bet he has like a freaking crowd pod like in Mandalore, and he goes into that thing, and then boom, it's good to go.
I doubt that. Maybe cold plunges, yeah, but I doubt he has a fucking cryo chamber, bro. This ain't a sci-fi movie. This is real life.
I don't know, man. We got sci-fi tech now that's not available to the masses.
Okay, but do we have flying cars?
Yes,
Show me a flying car.
we got flying cars, but it's not to the masses because it's not regulated and all this other stuff. But what do you define as a flying car? Something that like hovers with no mechanical movement?
Something that can literally fly. Like, what else would it be? It's a car that can fly. How else would you describe it?
How would it fly in your
It would
definition?
fly. Like, how many ways are there to fly?
There's like 8.
It'd be
As far
like
as
a
I know, there's
plane
8
with
different ways.
wheels. It'd be like a plane with wheels. I guarantee one of those 8 reasons you're thinking of it doesn't even classify as flying. It's gliding.
No.
I guarantee one of those reasons is a gliding example and not a flying
You got
example.
propeller, you got jet based.
Okay, that's only 2 reasons. Why'd you stop halfway through? You said you had 8.
Oh, I just know there's 8. I just can't remember it.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro.
They're out, man. They're out and about.
If they're out and about, how come I ain't seen one?
Because they're not available to the market.
Okay, but you said they're out and about. That means I would have seen one at least on the internet,
That does
if
not
not in real
mean no.
life.
Because you're not in the car market.
Yeah, but if something like a flying car is gonna be something that would go crazy viral, bro. That's not something that
It would not
that
go
only
crazy viral because people have such high expectations.
No, bro. People go crazy for it's the simplest of things, bro.
Because people want this shit, but in reality, you're gonna get something like this. It's not sex appeal. People want sex appeal. That's like the same thing for electric cars. People never wanted electric cars back in the 70s because they look ugly. But then when Tesla came out, it revolutionized what an electric car is. And people were like, dang, this looks pretty good. Yeah, people just thinking like shit like this. Like, no, you're not gonna get that. You're gonna get this. And this has a whole video.
You're using a lot of this and that, but what are you on about?
I'm
You're,
not in the
you
stream. I'm showing you right
oh,
now.
you're just using a lot of. You're just saying this and that, and I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, I thought you were in the stream.
No.
Literally flies. People are thinking they want this, but that's not real. There's not even a person inside. They want, this is what you're getting. They're out there. You have some weird shit like this. Why won't it
Yeah,
let
but
me
yeah,
play
but
this
you
game?
said they were out and about. You can't say they're out and about if if people aren't talking about it like on a big scale. Out and about means that a lot of people know about it.
Oh, so it's like on the market?
No, it doesn't even have to be on the market. It just means a lot of people know about it. Everybody now knows about Tesla, but I guarantee you that like fucking
Because
fit.
that's on the
I
market.
know, but I guarantee.
Tesla's
But
on the market.
hold on. But I guarantee you, 60% of the people you know that talk about Tesla don't own one or plan on getting one. They just know about it. You don't have to be in the market to get one to know about it. Like I know what a house is, but I'm not in the market to buy one. That's just a very simple example.
Everyone knows about houses because they live in one. What do you mean? Not everyone lives in a Tesla.
Okay,
You,
maybe
you think
yeah,
you
maybe
think
that's not a
5-year-old
good.
Timmy knows about Teslas? No. Yes, if his dad has it, then yes.
Okay, maybe that's not a great example. I was just thinking. It
Not
was
good
just
example.
off the top of my head, bro. I was just making an
Okay.
example.
Hey, you got flying cars. You got this one. I rode in $1 million freaking flying car. Like what? This is your flying car. It doesn't even look like a
That
flying
bro,
car
that's
to me. It
not
looks like
that's literally just like a vertibird. That's not even a fucking car. That looks
hey,
like
they
a
say
Fallout vertibird, bro. That's not even a
this thing
car.
can get 150 miles on the road. On the road. How? Maybe I don't understand it, but yeah, this is your flying car. You want flying cars? Here they are. What the fuck is this thing? Okay, that's just a render. That's not real. It's probably a prototype. You got this shit. Ah. Oh
Ads,
no.
ads, pop-ups,
Ads
pop-ups.
certified by the FAA. Look at it go. Yeah,
That's not even real. That's got to be an animation that someone made, bro.
it's probably animation.
That doesn't even look like it actually happened. That looked like the car was see-through.
Transparent. But yeah, they're out there. And the freaking well, what's really crazy is the flying cars like the DeLorean might be coming out not in our lifetime though. Because I don't know if you see Mudahar video, but we recently discovered this material, superconductors, and what they can do is that at room temperature, they can levitate on its own. Levitation at room temperature. Back in the day, you would need to cool it super duper cold to get material to levitate. But now, room temperature. What this could mean is that eventually we'll actually have a flying car that doesn't have to look so ugly. We'll get better batteries, better computers, VR, all that shit.
Levitation tech is not going to improve VR, Jake. Calm down.
What do you mean?
In what in any name anything in the VR market right now that could
Processing.
levitation is not going to improve VR processing, bro.
Yes, it does.
No, what the fuck?
Yes,
What
it
the fuck are you on
does.
about?
It makes freaking. It can make better CPUs. There's a lot of use process for it. Creating a powerful
Okay, yeah, the
centers,
superconductor
transmitting
itself.
powers,
Yeah, the
all that
superconductor
shit.
itself can do that, but I'm talking about the levitation aspect. That does nothing
Oh,
for VR.
levitate.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's literally what we were talking about. What the fuck, bro?
oh, I don't know. Freaking, you have a levitating VR set. You snap your fingers and it gets on your head.
Bro, that's literally. We're not gonna live long enough to see that kind of thing happen.
I know. Maybe the kids are. Maybe. But yeah, good for like batteries. Anything with technology in it. Anything with like a processing chip, a battery, anything like that will get enhanced with this new superconductive stuff. Because it's at room temperature. So you don't need to cool it, which saves costs and make things more efficient. Okay. That being said, I have to get going.
We talked about a lot of things, Jake.
Yeah.
We went on a roller coaster.
Emotional damage of roller coasting.
Your opinions on Fallout 76 are still bad.
But they're still my opinions, and I thank God. A good time.
And it is my opinion that they are bad, but it's okay. You can have that opinion. It's okay. We're both separate humans with different opinions. That's just the reality of the world.
I'm just the minority.
You're a
The
minority?
1%. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
How'd you get in here?
I didn't get it here. It's freaking the Mexicans.
I'm glad that you picked up on my joke.
And the Mexicans, there's so many Mexicans now in the state that white people are now the minority.
Yeah, I think that is true. That's pretty crazy. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, the U.S. is probably one of the biggest immigration like countries. Like we get a ton of immigration coming through. Like massive
There's all
amounts.
sorts of laws about immigrations now. God dang. Yeah, have you seen what's going on with Mexico?
No.
So our governor, Greg Abbott, he's like, I hate Mexicans so much, I'm basically gonna kill these fuckers. So he puts up like these buoys that looks like something from Tap Out or Fallout. The freaking obstacle course.
Wipeout?
Wipeout, yeah. It looks like that. But it has freaking razor blades everywhere. And he puts them in the water so that when people are swimming, they can't get to the America via swimming. And since we have this big ass wall, it just makes them harder. So now you got motherfuckers trying to swim, ends up getting their insides all gutted up because of these razors everywhere. Yeah, I
Jeez.
forgot what it's called. Razor? Let's see.
Did you hear about
Ted.
that lawsuit with Elon, with his like hiring at like SpaceX or whatever?
There's so many lawsuits
He
going on.
Elon, from what I only know the basics, but from what I've heard, he's being sued because he isn't hiring immigrant workers, and he's only hiring U.S. citizens, and that's why he's getting sued.
The hell?
Which literally makes no, like, regardless of the country, I think it makes full 100% sense that you would only hire people from your country that are citizens of your country as a business. That just makes sense. Like it's
What? What?
to only to
I
only
lost you for a second.
like if you're only hiring like citizens of your said country, like regardless of whether or not it's like the US, like anywhere. Like if you have like a business in your country and you're
Mhm.
only hiring citizens from your country, that just makes sense. I think it's kind of dumb to sue Elon or even require a company to hire immigrants if they don't want to. Like it's fully in your right as a business owner to only hire people from your country. Right? Like that makes sense, right?
Yes or no? Because with America, we have to be acceptance of everything. We have to accept everything. So even for some jobs, you can get in trouble if the majority of your workforce is black.
What?
Yeah,
That makes no sense.
I know. You get in trouble for that. It's like, all right, what does your workforce consist of? Well, 30% is white, 20% is Native American, the rest is black. And it's like, that's not fair. It needs to be like this. And you're like, oh, fuck. So then you start firing people, and then next, it drums up controversials. And the company's like, well, they told me
But
to.
But see
And
that
then
that's not
got a big
reason
loophole.
that's not reasonable though, because
Yeah,
then
it's
and
not reasonable at all.
instead of hiring people that actually work for the job, you're hiring based on skin tone and nationality and ethnicity.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know why it's like that, but at my
Uh,
job, I'm the minority there. I'm like the only white guy. Everyone else is black, which I have no problem with. Freaking, I get along with Dave. He's great.
Shout out Dave.
Hell yeah, Dave's a real motherfucker. And I don't know, we were watching a video, and it's about how the black people they wear those shirts.
The what?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think I don't. No. I was talking to someone else about that. Sorry. But yeah, I'm the minority there. The third party people, they're all Asians. Yeah, it's crazy at my job. It's crazy, and you can tell it's black. I'm gonna get a little bit racist right here, but they all drive fucking cars with the biggest rims.
So they're all
Yeah.
they're all rim boys. They all like to have some really shiny rims on their cars.
If they could, they'll put rims on a toaster.
And
It,
maybe they're just big on making their cars look cool, man. Like the
no,
modification
dude,
and like rim like scene is pretty big in the car community.
no, no. It's a frown upon. Let's see. I'll send you
You
pictures.
know, like I want some cool rims on my car.
If it looks something like this, see those rims? That's all right. Those are low profile tires. If it looks something like this, or yeah, if it looks something like that,
Hey,
or
that green
this,
one, that's just great color coding with the silver and green. Having the inner of the rim be
and look
silver.
how big the rims are. That's
Okay.
so big.
That looks pretty cool. I mean,
Oh,
the rim customization it kind of like coincides with like the lowrider community, right? Because the lowrider community are all about rims and like the hydraulics.
I think they're more about hydraulics than their rims. But don't get me wrong, I like the way they look. The rims itself is just the size.
Mm. Well, man, why
Yeah,
are you judging the size, man?
dude.
Why are you judging the size?
It, it's
Maybe they like it
really
that way. They like it that way.
it's really poor. It hurts the car.
But it looks cool, Jake. It looks cool.
How the hell?
All right, if I can put a mohawk on my car, it make me go a little slower. But if it look cool, I'll do it.
Oh yeah, do the mohawk. Yeah, do it. There's nothing wrong with putting mohawks.
But then if I get
I
some
don't know.
fat rims, you're gonna come at me.
Yeah, because it's just not practical.
It's not about the practicality, man.
It is
It's
about
about
you
the
hit
style.
one, you hit one pothole and you're done. Your car's broken.
Okay, you just gotta drive careful.
You cannot drive careful
You
with
just
those
gotta
things.
drive
Those are,
careful.
if anything, those are like lawn ornament cars. If you have that thing parked on your lawn, then I can respect it. You have a lawn ornament. But if you're driving that thing, dude, you're not only endangering yourself, but everyone around you.
What if you just occasionally cruise?
Oh, now this is sick. Dude, your Mohawk idea is it's a good idea. What the
Wait,
hell?
is it really?
Hell yeah,
I
look at
was just
this.
joking. I wasn't serious.
Oh, this looks sick. I like that.
Bro, what the fuck is that?
I like that.
My God, it looks like you just took like a fucking like a scrub brush and threw it on top of the car.
Yeah.
Bro, that the one before that, those aren't even tires. Those are just rims.
That's a whole tire.
What the fuck? That's just
Yeah,
rims.
I know.
That's nothing but rim. That ain't even a
But just
tire.
there's a slim tire on there. Slim
Yeah, I can
tire.
see it's like fucking half an inch thick. What the fuck is that?
And people ride that
Okay,
shit.
if that's what you're talking about, then yeah, that's crazy. But like
That's what I'm talking about.
the ones before that are not crazy. That's not even a tire. That's just riding around on rims. But it do look cool. It do be looking cool.
How are you gonna supposed to get in it? You're gonna need like a step ladder and everything.
Okay, what about the tall ass trucks? That's the same argument. If you got a truck
It's all
that's like 17 feet tall.
they generally have a built-in ladder system in there that already comes with the trucks.
Hey man, all I'm saying, put some hydraulics on those rims. You know, bounce that bitch. The rims might bend from the weight of the car, but it'll look cool. It'll look cool. It's all about the style. Right? It's not about the drivability. It's about the style.
Yeah, until you hit a road bump and then you killed everyone on the highway.
Well, that's why you don't take it on the highway, bro. It's a cruising car for car meetups and neighborhood strolls. That's what it's made for.
Nice suspension.
Though rims like that, I feel like those are just for car shows. That doesn't seem very practical. But then again, car modification usually isn't practical. It's usually just about making the car look cool.
It depends. You can modify your car to go really fast or make it look cool.
Yeah, I'd rather have it look cool because like if you make it go really fast, what's the real usage of it? Like unless you're taking it to like a track where you can free reign, do all the speed you want, you're not gonna get much out of that speed boost. Unless you want to push the pedal to the metal and risk getting pulled over on the highway.
No, you won't get pulled over because it's too
yeah,
fast
yeah,
for
yeah,
cops.
yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. But still, but you're making a point about the danger. If you're going super fast, weeding in and out of traffic, that's more dangerous.
That is true. So that's why people do it really late at nights. I used to do it. And the highways, 3 o'clock in the morning, there's no one there. So you just go out, blast it.
Hey, there may be no one there, but there's always the chance of someone being there, and then that's when accidents happen.
Yeah, would you rather get in an accident with one person or accidents with a
Bro,
bunch of
I'd rather
people?
not be in an accident at all. I've been in a car accident before. It's not fun.
Damn, it's not fun at all.
Fucking Josh got a permanently fucked back from a car accident. Actually, I hope his back is good now. He was on steroids for a while for it because it was so
What?
fucked. Yeah,
Oh, hell no.
the hospital put him on steroids because his back was literally fucked up. Like there was a joke about him having old man back for a while, but his back was legitimately like torn up from that car accident. It I think it might have like even shifted his spine a little bit. Very very
Uh,
tough. I hope his back is
Girl.
doing okay now though.
Oh, yeah, my brother, his disc on his spine like was coming out of place, and he had to go through a bunch of like therapy and stuff to put it back in order.
Bro, I'm pretty sure my spine isn't even straight.
No one is this.
Because I have a very vivid memory of like a health checkup in like middle school maybe, where like the nurse lady was like checking people's like posture and checking their spine, and I was standing up fully straight, and she said my spine was crooked.
I look like a question mark.
Well, not quite that crooked, but even though I was like fully standing up straight, I wasn't actually standing up straight because my spine was slightly off. Maybe that's just early signs of scoliosis.
Probably. But anyways, I gotta get going.
All
See you
right.
later.
Bye bye.
Bye.